Hi friends! So this is one of the books that Miss Petty was supposed to read to you the week before spring break. I've kind of lost track of days now, but anyway. So I had picked it up for her and was going to bring it in so she could read it to us because we couldn't find our classroom copy. So I figured I would read it to you now. Officer Buckle and Gloria by Peggy Rathmann. Now, Peggy Rathmann was the author. Does anybody remember what she did? If anybody guessed wrote the words, you're correct. Officer Buckle and Gloria. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Napville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77. Never stand on a swivel chair. I'm sorry, I know that it's backwards, but I don't know how close to put the book if I'm not looking at the camera. So that's why it's going to have to be backwards. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Napville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. Then one day, Napville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Gloria? Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Here, Miss Gloria. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Look what Gloria's doing. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe your up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Look at Gloria. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. It's like she sat on a thumbtack. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Napville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice. Your friend George. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips. And please bring along that police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. So she's doing some type of somersault there. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. Look how many people there are. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms. The students jumped to their feet and applauded. Look at Gloria. Bravo! Bravo! They cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. He looks shocked, and she looks a little worried. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for a safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. It started with the puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh! Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Oh no! They really needed those safety tips. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. Let's see what it is. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. And then these are some of the safety tips that they have created. Never fly kites not near power lines. Let's see, Gloria. Never play loud music into headphones. Never give information over the phone to strangers. Look both ways before you cross the street. Never take other people's medicine. Never eat raw hamburger. She looks sick in that one. Check how deep the water is before you dive. Look at Gloria. Never leave a bar of soap where someone might step on it. Stay away from guns. Never play alone in the car. Looks like she's driving the police car. Keep shoes and a flashlight under your bed. Stay away from cigarettes. Never put anything in your nose. These are really good safety tips. And buckle your seatbelt. Hi, Miss Molly. Let me see if there's any in the front that are different. Yeah. Say no to drugs. Wash your hands after you use the toilet. Never put anything in your ear. Never accept rides from strangers. Obey all traffic signs. Never sit too close to the television. So she's going dizzy. Never eat mayonnaise that's been sitting in the sun. Never play in the microwave oven. I think Gloria's the only one that could fit in the microwave oven. Never tilt your chair back on 2 legs. We talk a lot about that one. Never take other people's medicine. I think that's a repeat. Never play with spray cans. Never play with matches. Always pull the toothpick out of your sandwich. And never bother a big dog while it's eating, especially one named Killer. That's a good one. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you for listening.